इसका ये वाला जो पार्ट है व्यू में आ रहा है ना थोड़ा.
No darkness is too profound, too threatening, or too challenging to resist the power of light. Light stands as the essential and universal emblem of knowledge. It embodies spiritual and divinity, serving as both illumination and intelligence.
The masculine principle of evolution finds representation in this radiant entity. It stands as the defender against malevolent forces. This auspicious energy deserves to be guided by the beacon of knowledge, and thus, with heartfelt gratitude and immense pleasure, I urge all the distinguished guests to illuminate the lamp.
I'd like to request Honorable Dr. Shaileshwar Natarajan Sir, Vice Dean PG and Head of Department Surgery, Rajiv Gandhi Medical College and Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Hospital to kindly felicitate our chief guest, Padma Shri Dr. Raman Kalmakherkar Sir, former Head Scientist of Epidemiology and Communicable Diseases at the Indian Council of Medical Research. Honorable Dr. Shaileshwar Natarajan Sir, Vice Dean PG, to kindly felicitate Padma Shri Dr. Ravindra Kole Sir and Padma Shri Dr. Smita Kole Ma'am.
I'd like to request Dr. Jyoti Nankere Ma'am, Officer in Charge Students Council, to felicitate our guest of honor, Mr. Sandeep Malvi Sir, Additional Commissioner 1, Thane Municipal Corporation. I'd like to request Mr. Dhruv Joshi, Academic Secretary, Student Council, to felicitate Honorable Dr. Shaileshwar Natarajan Sir, Vice Dean PG, and Professor and Department of Surgery, Rajiv Gandhi Medical College, and Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Hospital. I'd like to request Honorable Dr. Shaileshwar Natarajan Sir to felicitate Mr. Umesh Birari, Deputy Municipal Commissioner, Health Department, Thane Municipal Corporation.
I'd like to request Honorable Dr. Shaileshwar Natarajan Sir, Vice Dean PG, to kindly felicitate Padma Shri Dr. Smita Kulina.
बोलना है क्या उधर शिफ्ट होने का?
I'd like to request Mr. Shikir Jadhav, Cultural Secretary, to kindly felicitate Dr. B.S. Jadhav Sir, former Dean, Rajiv Gandhi Medical College and Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Hospital, who has also served as Student Council Officer in charge for 6 years.
Oh, thank you.
I'd now like to request Mr. Ruturaj Vatamwar, GS of Rajiv Gandhi Medical College, to kindly felicitate Dr. Rahul Kulkarni Sir, ENT Surgeon in Thane. I would now like to request Mr. Dhruv Joshi, Academic Secretary, Student Council, to kindly felicitate Dr. Mahesh Joshi Sir, Gynecologist and IMA President, Thane Branch. He is the beacon of intellect, the embodiment of knowledge, with the qualities of a leader, a charismatic personality, and unmatched confidence that draws students, fellow colleagues, and patients alike. Sir strives to inspire everyone with his kind and insightful words. Without further delay, I invite our esteemed Vice Dean PG, Dr. Shaileshwar Natarajan Sir, to share his thoughts.
Good morning, everyone. Honorable honorable chief guest of the day, Dr. Raman Ganga, our guests of honor, Dr. Ravindra Kolhe and Madam Kolhe, our additional commissioner, Honorable Sandeep Madvi sir, our deputy municipal commissioner, health, Mr. Umesh Virari sir, and our ex-former dean, Dr. B.A. Jadhav, our esteemed faculty members who are present here, other honored guests, and most importantly our students. Though they are not much in number, but I am happy that at least so many of us are present here. As Vice Dean of this college, representing the Dean of our esteemed medical college, who is unable to attend due to preoccupations, I feel it is a privilege to host an event that embodies the spirit of knowledge, innovation and collaboration. This conference, aptly named Zenith, symbolizes the pinnacle of medical advancement and represents our collective pursuit of excellence in the field. I am truly honored to welcome you all to this prestigious medical conference, Zenith. I especially welcome our distinguished guests, whose presence here today is a testament of their commitment to the betterment of medical science. Their expertise and insights will undoubtedly enrich the discussions and interactions throughout this conference. To our bright, enthusiastic students gathered here, I extend a very warm welcome. This conference is a unique platform for you to expand your horizons, exchange ideas, and forge meaningful connections with professionals who have walked the path you aspire to. In the last couple of days, we have had an array of enlightening sessions, workshops on respiratory medicine, stroke, bandaging and BLS. And the next few days, we will be having keynote addresses and competitions that promise to inspire and educate. As we embark on this journey together, let us remember the importance of open dialogue, empathy and continuous learning. Together, we can ascend to new heights and truly embody the spirit of Zenith. This conference is not just an opportunity to showcase your work, it is a platform for collaboration and the exchange of ideas. Embrace this chance to learn from each other, challenge one another's perspectives, and collectively contribute to the evolution of medical science. This conference is not merely an end in itself, but a beginning, the beginning of your journey towards making a real and lasting impact on the lives of countless individuals. Before I conclude, I want to express my gratitude to our faculty, mentors and staff who have guided and nurtured our students throughout the journey of organizing this meet. Your commitment to excellence has been instrumental in shaping these brilliant minds. At the end, I once again welcome you all to this conference, Zenith, and hope that you all enjoy it as much as we have enjoyed organizing it. Thank you for joining us, and may this conference be a transformative experience for one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Your words were the exact morale boost we needed for the official commencement of the event. Another idea that has come to fruition adding to the success of Zenith is our annual academic magazine, Zeta. It is the perfect amalgamation of intellect, inquisitiveness, and flair. With a complete collection of diverse thoughts and ideas, it serves to ignite the reader's curiosity. I would like to call on stage the magazine heads, Mr. Raj Kagni and Mr. Shri Rai, for the launch of Zeta.
Good morning everyone, and I want to present here dignitaries on dais, faculty members and fellow students. I extend a warm welcome to all. At the launch of Zeta magazine, the official publication of Zenith 2023, brought to you by dedicated team of student council. I, Raj Karne,
And I, Srishti Rai,
are honored to have worked on this as magazine secretaries.
Zeta, our annual academic magazine, is the perfect amalgamation of intellect, inquisitiveness, and flair. It is launched alongside Zenith, our annual medical conference, giving an insight into its grandeur. It is an all-encompassing collection of diverse thoughts and ideas that serves to pique the reader's curiosity and interest.
Adding on to Dean's address and officer in charge address, this year's highlight includes a mythbuster section related to common medical myths that people have, and a section that important medical research made in 2K23. The magnificent article column repository composed of the futuristic unparalleled revelation in medical field.
A team of students comprising the role of editors, designers, photographers, writers, and correspondents have worked round the clock to piece together this paragon that is truly by the students, for the students. This edition of Zeta aims to expand its horizon, perpetuate its vision, and leave behind a trailblazing legacy.
We would like to thank, we would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to entire student council, the faculty, especially to Jyotina Khade ma'am for supporting us throughout the journey of our magazine and for reviewing and guiding us. We would like to also thank Dr. Shukla sir for from the Department of Archaeology for reviewing essays of inter-college essay writing competition Logia, and Dr. Kirki Padal ma'am from Department of Anesthesiology for reviewing repository, the article section, and helping us with it. Also special thanks to General Secretary Rutraj Gautam for selecting us as magazine secretary, and Tech and Social Media Head Mitul Nair sir for guiding us throughout.
We would also like to thank our editorial team comprising of Aishwarya Patil, Shalini Kotkar, Vedant Kohli, Samriddhi Ray, and Sakshi Patil for their unwavering support throughout this journey. Without their help, this endeavor would not have been possible. As we unveil Zeta magazine today, I invite each one of you to immerse yourself in its pages, embrace the knowledge and ideas it presents, and to engage in meaningful conversations that extend beyond these walls.
Thank you all for being part of momentous occasion, and I hope you will enjoy Zenith 2023. Thank you on behalf of my team, Zeta.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I would like to invite the dignitaries to come and help us with the launch of the Zeta magazine and cut the ribbon. Thank you. A pessimist complains about the wind, an optimist tries to change it, and the leader adjusts the sails. The sails for this particular notion were adjusted by a person who is not only a great motivation but a visionary. This reminds me of only one entity in this field, respected Dr. B.S. Jadhav sir, former Dean, Rajiv Gandhi Medical College and Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Hospital, Thane. I would like to call sir to kindly share his words of wisdom.
Respected Dr. Raman Gandharkar sir from ICMR, Padmasri Dr. Ravindra and Smita Kolbe Madam, Additional Commissioner of Thane Municipal Corporation, Honorable Sandeep Malvi sir, DMC Head, Dr. Umesh Virali sir, Professor and Head and Vice Dean, Dr. N. Chaleshwar sir, या ठिकाणी माझ्या समोर उपस्थित सर्व प्राध्यापक वर्ग, या संपूर्ण कार्यक्रमाचे ऑफिसर इंचार्ज डॉक्टर ज्योती नाळखेडे, जीएस ऋतुराज भट्टंबार आणि माझ्या समोर बसलेल्या सर्व मित्रांनो, आज मला या ठिकाणी मराठीत बोललं तर चालतंच, आज मला या ठिकाणी आपल्यामध्ये येऊन खूप आनंद होत आहे. मला आठवतं मागच्या ऑक्टोबर 2022 रोजी मी या महाविद्यालयामध्ये सेवानिवृत्त झालो आणि त्याच्या अगोदर या महाविद्यालयामध्ये तुमच्या बरोबर गेली 28 वर्ष काम करत होतो आणि कुठेतरी मेन्शन केला तर मी 5 ते 6 वर्ष स्टुडंट काउन्सिल इंचार्ज म्हणून काम केलं आणि पीएमसी ऍडमिनिस्ट्रेशनच्या मदतीने सपोर्टने माझ्या परीने जेवढं शक्य होतं ते मी करायचा प्रयत्न केला होता. त्यावेळेला मित्रहो, दरवर्षाप्रमाणे मी ह्याही वर्षी पाहतो की आजची ही कॉन्फरन्स आहे Zenith, एक जबरदस्त एक कार्यक्रम होऊ घातलेला आहे. मी ज्यावेळेला इन्व्हिटेशन मी रिसीव्ह केले त्यावेळी मी पाहिलं की नेहमीप्रमाणे पोस्टर प्रेझेंटेशन्स, केस प्रेझेंटेशन्स, मेडिकल सिम्पोजियम, डिबेट कॉम्पिटिशन, प्री अँड पॅरा क्लिनिकल क्विज, पेपर प्रेझेंटेशन आणि दर वर्षाप्रमाणे ह्या वर्षाचे स्पीकर्स आपल्याला लाभलेले आहेत आणि नॅशनल एक्सलन्स स्पीकर्स, डिस्टिंग्विश्ड प्रोफेशनल्स आणि स्टुडंट्स या सगळ्यांमुळे ही कॉन्फरन्स येणारे काही जे दिवस आहेत, मला खात्री आहे की जबरदस्त कॉन्फरन्स होणार आहे आणि या राजीव गांधी वैद्यकीय महाविद्यालयातला प्रत्येक विद्यार्थी हा लोकल लेवल, नॅशनल लेवल आणि इंटरनॅशनल लेवलवर आपलं कर्तव्य बजावताना आम्हाला दिसणार आहे. जसं नॅशनल मेडिकल कमिशनचा अभ्यासक्रम बदलला आहे आणि आपणही सारे बदललोय आणि आपल्याला एक बेस्ट डॉक्टर निर्माण करायचा आहे, अशा प्रकारचे कार्यक्रम होऊन मला खात्री आहे की बेस्ट डॉक्टर निर्माण होईल. आपण मला या कार्यक्रमासाठी बोलवलं, माझा सन्मान केला, माझी या सर्व पाहुण्यांबरोबर ओळख झाली आणि तुमच्याबरोबर येऊन आनंद निर्माण झाला. मी आपले आभार मानतो आणि येणारी जी कॉन्फरन्स आहे पुढचे 2 दिवस तुम्हाला शुभचिंतितो आणि माझे 2 शब्द संभवतो. धन्यवाद.
We have with us today Honorable Mr. Sandeep Malvi sir, Additional Commissioner 1 of Thane Municipal Corporation and CEO of Thane Smart City. Sir is a communication expert with 25 plus years of extensive experience in journalism with vernacular and English newspapers as well as in government PR, by virtue of which he has spearheaded many image building and crisis management programs. In an official capacity, Sir has worked as the head of IEC, PR and communication at the National AIDS Control Program, Government of India, Government of Maharashtra and then in Thane Municipal Corporation. His efforts were recognized by the Government of Maharashtra and Government of India as he received the Excellence in PR Award by Association of Business Communications of India, the Best Award for Social Communication by NEDA, Government of Maharashtra. He was also awarded with the Best Awards for Environmental Communication, for Internal Communication by Shailaja Nair Foundation and many more. So, I would like to request you to come up on stage and share your story.
Good morning, Honorable Guest, Professor Dr. Zenith sir, who is always inspiration to the medical faculty. Padma Shri Dr. Ravindra Kole sir, Padma Shri Dr. Smita Madam, Deputy Commissioner of Health, my colleague Mr. Umesh Tiwari, Deputy Dean Dr. Shaleshwar, former Dean Dr. Jadhav, Students Council Officer in charge Dr. Jyotina Khele, GS Ruturaj, and all the students. I take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to the Padma Shri Dr. Zenith sir, Padma Shri Dr. Ravindra Kole sir, Padma Shri Dr. Smita Kole madam. So, these personalities, these are not only doctors, but these are the force to guide the society, force to guide the medical faculty, and have served many of their many years for this society. So I warm welcome all these dignitaries who accepted our invitation to attend this program. Basically, when things come to the medical faculty, we get humbled because we are not the expert. The medical knowledge, whereas administration is concerned, they are all aware, but whereas medical faculty is concerned, they are clinical management is concerned, so we get wasted at that point. But fortunately, Thane Municipal Corporation is the only corporation in Maharashtra who is having its medical college and giving the good infrastructure to the students under the leadership of Honorable Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Sri Ekta Sindhi, our Commissioner, who is not only the engaged Commissioner, but he is always inspiration to the administration, inspiration to the doctors. He says, whatever happens, but we will not stop anything to the medical faculty. He takes special pains to solve the problems of the medical department, health department, and medical colleges. He personally visited every week. He visited to the medical colleges, current hospital, and trying to resolve the issues, whatever are there. So thank you very much for inviting me for this program. I wish all the best for these 3 days clinical, rather medical conference. This is not only conference. In normal, we call it gathering, but this is not a gathering. This is an exchange of ideas. This is an exchange of the personal inventions of the students, presentations, competitions and competitions also. So I wish all the best to all the students, not only from the medical, Rajiv Gandhi Medical Colleges, those who are participating from other medical colleges also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for gracing our event with your presence. You truly are an inspiration for all of us. I would now like to request all the dignitaries to kindly take their seats in the hall. We are extremely privileged to have with us our chief guest of the event, Padma Shri Dr. Raman Ganga Khedkar sir. Sir is a recipient of the 2020 Padma Shri Award, the fourth highest civilian award in India, for his noteworthy contribution in the field of medical research and education. Sir is an eminent physician and epidemiologist who is well known for his intensive involvement in the field of AIDS management for over 3 decades. Through his illustrious and eloquent approach, fighting the stigma and discrimination, Sir emerged as the face of AIDS research control program in India and carried out his duties diligently as the Deputy Director at National AIDS Research Institute in Pune. The crucial game changer, according to him, was the community involvement in decision making that proved to be effective in controlling the dreaded disease. Sir has also served as the head of epidemiology and communicable diseases at at Indian Council of Medical Research and made a substantial contribution to public health response in the recent COVID outbreaks. It is my proud privilege to welcome our esteemed chief guest, Padma Shri Dr. Raman sir, to take this event forward by giving a welcome speech followed by his guest lecture.
Dr. Kole sir, Dr. Smita Kole madam, Malvi sir, and all the dignitaries, I would perhaps who were present on the dais and off the dais. And all our friends, those who represent perhaps the future of the country, those who are going to contribute to the future of Indian people, and perhaps since we are a growing nation, since we are now likely to become one of those economies which would be in top 3 in few years' time, and also the largest or the most populous country today in the world, perhaps your contributions are going to remain extremely important for the humanity itself, which would be larger and beyond India. We should aspire that at present. Now, before I start off, let me tell you the truth. No, I must first apologize. I have a very bad habit just to look at the message and respond. Since they said chief guest, I said chief guest doesn't need any kind of a talk. I didn't even speak for quite some time, and then I was a little bit surprised when they asked if PowerPoint hai kya. I got stuck. So let's try to make the best out of whatever time we have. Let me first tell you, why do we need you? The topic that is given is preventive preparedness for the largest democracy. We'll come to that. That is not a problem. But few things for you to ponder over why research is becoming more and more important. Let us remember one thing. It is estimated today in the world that there are about 70,000 different diseases. The estimates may differ. But the number that is generally agreed upon is 70,000, and among those which will be commoner, perhaps the number is 10,000. Right? Out of those 70,000, let us accept 70,000 as the figure. You find that only 500 diseases are curable. Right? So it gives you a very large number to think about how would I treat the remaining ones. You look at another situation that today it's going to be a big struggle to add to the lifespan of people. If you recall India, we were hardly, our lifespan was only about 35 or so pre-independence or just around independence. Today we have doubled the same number. Right? But would that progress be so easy to make now on? You look at those who survive longer by nations, you will find that Japanese people, they are known to have an average lifespan of about 85 or so. 85 or 88. Since I am speaking extempore, you may have to pardon small mistakes that occur. But would this journey of 15 to 18 years, would that be easy to do? Perhaps not. You look at the threats that you have when we say 500 treatable illnesses or curable illnesses. At the same time, if you look at number of antibiotics that we have discovered so far, it's only about 260 odd antibiotics that we have, which includes antivirals also, right? Not only antibacterial drugs. If you look at number of vaccines that we have discovered so far, it's only about 26. And you look at the larger picture of what we would do with those medicines, those vaccines that are available, we need to realize one thing. This is a daunting task that we are facing at this time. Why do I say it's a daunting task? We are aware of one thing. When we say 70,000, when we say 500 curable diseases per se, among them you have close to about 10,000 which are rare diseases, or which are also called as orphan diseases, which are mostly due to genetic effects that you are likely to see in the phenotype, because there are genes which produce different diseases and they require different kinds of approaches per se. Why should we as Indians be worried about everything? Please remember one thing, despite the fact that some advancements have been made, India or those countries which fall into middle income or lower middle income countries, you will always find that there are tropical neglected diseases. If there are 20 tropical neglected diseases across the world, 13 are important problems for a country like us. Who is going to conduct research over there? You look at diseases like leprosy. Do you think US or UK or Japanese people would actually be interested in identifying newer approaches to treat? Absolutely not. Newer approaches to manage these patients? Perhaps not. You think in terms of leishmaniasis, no? Whether visceral or cutaneous leishmaniasis. Nobody is going to work. We will have to do our own work. If we don't do that, the morbidity is going to increase. You will find we will never be able to control these infections or these different diseases that come. Is it good to hear that India is a diabetic capital? Is it good to hear the stories as to India is a hypertension capital? You will name any kind of a disease. Our prevalence rates are also extremely high. If you actually look at those specific prevalence rates. So we need to worry. All of us need to contribute. Now when we say that, you recently heard more or perhaps had seen me perhaps at the time of COVID more of it. Let's look at why, how things can be done. Where we completely unprepared, would we really fight well? All those issues that they tend to come to your own mind. Now, I'll tell you in few words or few sentences, story of my own life. I used to be a pediatrician. I never wanted to do a practice where every day you manage those who have diarrhea, those who have fever, those who present more often as cases, and it becomes too repetitive to actually think in terms of doing the practice and earning money. And it's quite possible when you join such a career, money tends to be so lucrative that you forget everything else. My Professor Inge, he suggested that why should I not join research as a career? Because there were certain things which I did during my learnings in the medical college. So I joined National Institute of Nutrition because that time it was considered as the world's second best institution, research institution in the world. We had giants in that particular area. Read anything about malnutrition, you will find the references point to National Institute of Nutrition. So I joined there. Then once I started working there, after I used to work among primitive tribes. You must have heard Madia bones. You must have heard. I had done all kinds of work into tribes, different tribes, because we wanted to submit that data to planning commission at that time. Then I got a little bored. So I said, there is nothing new that is challenging. So I joined nationally, now it is called as National Institute of Immunohematology here in Mumbai. At that time it used to be Institute of Immunohematology, Bombay. And it is an ICMR institute. It's in KEM 13th floor. I was very happy because I was allocated a topic of sickle cell disease by my director. I was happy because there is nothing, at that time when I joined, there was hardly anything to do in sickle cell disease. It's a genetic disorder, management is extremely difficult, people's access to treatment was extremely poor, so I established 2 cohorts. Because Bombay doesn't have so much of sickle cell disease. So I established one in Valsad. It was a community-based cohort. I used to go into villages and do all kinds of. And then I established one hospital-based cohort in Nagpur. Government Medical College in Nagpur. There was one. I liked the disease because it was not a normal kind of management that I would have to think. You may have to sweat and work a little harder. But then suddenly I had become, my name was a little, at that time, within a year or two, even, I don't know whether you know, Professor Bisika, who was to retire, he said, from Sambalpur. He said, I will hand over my cohort to you. He was number 1 there. But at that time,
Watch live.
when I went
What's
first
in
to,
2023?
when I was working for sickle cell disease in Valsad district, I accidentally was asked to see an AIDS patient.
Can we edit it?
Those days. This is a story of 1989. And when I saw him, I was extremely scared. Because at that time, there was one of the leading researchers, Dr. J. Levy. He had published one article saying that HIV is present in all biological fluids.
Perfect.
It's very scary. And the person was so ostracized in his village. When he used to speak, the saliva used to fall on my face, and that used to be very scary. I don't know what I'm doing, but there's no way to show. When I came back, I reported to my director that I had seen such and such cases. And I was more taken aback because this person admitted that he was a bisexual. And as a pediatrician, I never had any exposure to sexuality. So I was completely taken aback as to how to deal with this person. Then my boss said, would you like to work in the field of HIV? I said, yes.
Hey, 2 people joined.
He asked me to go and speak with my wife.
66.
My wife is a homemaker.
Power bank lagega.
She said, give me time to think whether you should work. Because those were the most scary days when people used to worry about acquiring HIV, by handling patients. There were only 3 doctors who used to manage prior to me, about a year or 2 senior to me, in the entire city of Bombay. So we were scared. But I said, I will do it. My wife asked me a question. Why do you want to do this particular? Did you fight with somebody in your institution? You are a pediatrician and this is adult medicine. Why do you want to do that? I said it is not an issue like that. One, this is an untreatable disease. There is nothing that is available in it. Second thing which you have to remember is everybody says that I have not been taught about it. out of scare, and they say you go to somebody else. No? They won't even speak with the patient. Somebody should say, oh, this is my disease. No? I will see you. No, why should I not become the fourth one? So that's how I entered in the field of HIV. And at that juncture, one of my classmates, Dr. Gilada, he was doing all kinds of awareness activities in everywhere, no, in Bombay city. With him, once I went to Kamatipura. That was a shocker. Now I realized there are human beings and human beings, and within human beings, there are some whom you call human beings, but never treat them as human beings at all. It was a horrible experience for me. I had never been in a red light area. And those days, Kamatipura used to have about 1.5 lakh population of sex workers, which slowly went down, especially after Latur earthquake and the bomb blast that we had in Bombay. They had to run away, and that number shrank dramatically. But it was horrible. There I was exposed to Hijra population, the men having sex with men. Sex workers was a simple thing comparatively. But then that influenced my life like crazy. Now I said, why should I feel happy if we can't empower this population, make people think that they are my equal beings? And I kept on harping on one line throughout my life, that if you reduce any disease incidence among these populations which are socially challenged, perhaps your health indices will go up dramatically and you would make a major difference in people's life. Because they also continue to be reservoirs, they spread the infection. And then National AIDS Research Institute was constituted. I was transferred from Bombay, all those who were working in the field. We started working in National AIDS Research Institute. I learned a lot. I remember there's one guy, now I don't need to worry about taking names. Those days used to be different, even in Bombay. Majority of the patients who used to come at that time used to be partners of film stars. Initial days that I'm talking about. And one used to get perplexed. What do they do? Why is this happening? I recall my first meeting with Ashok Rao Kavi, who was the first known gay activist of India. I had never been exposed to gay people or interacted as much with gay people. The result, in one of the meetings, he came and sat just next to me. And he has a very funny, I don't know whether you have seen him or ever interacted with him. He keeps on joking and, touching your hand like this. And I still recall the first time when he did, I said, what kind of a person this must be? They tend to have sex among themselves, males having sex with males. I almost shrank in the chair. Over perhaps next 2 weeks or 3 weeks time, when we interacted a little more, I realized that they are also human beings. And worse, one has to realize that these human beings feel their mind is trapped in a different kind of a body, a huge conflict that they have. We have to work for them. We have to ensure that they are not socially ostracized, they are not treated very badly. If we do that, then only things are going to be different even for them. When I used to meet Hijras used to have a terrible problem. Even today you must be facing the same. In a medical college, let's say a Hijra comes, would this female, we call as trans woman, would she be admitted in women's ward or male ward? And the discomfort level at both the ends is going to be as huge as you can imagine. Just imagine a life that they must be leading when they face these kinds of situations. So we decided there could be only one thing that would be possible. If you want to cover this socially challenged population, the policies that the government makes, they have to be made along with the entire representation from different subgroups or key subpopulations. Only then things will change. And that is so hard for the same. Initially, I recall that when I started my career, when I went to National AIDS Research Institute, I was given a tough task to manage a STD clinic. And as a pediatrician, I had never seen STDs. Beyond whatever small numbers that we used to see there. But we were lucky. I used to come every Saturday at GT hospital and try and see patients, get myself trained for first about two months' time. Then subsequently we had all kinds of tests that were available, which perhaps no other group would ever have had, including those days multiplex PCR. We used to use that and diagnose patients. So I became a master in my area then. And the first breakthrough that I had was we established a cohort. Pune city is considered as a very conservative kind of Maharashtrian culture. And when we established first cohort to study incidence of HIV, that is occurrence of new cases of HIV infections among STD clinic attendees. You would be surprised to know, even all of us were surprised, that our sex workers incidence in Pune for HIV was the highest ever recorded during that period. If you look at male STD patients, and then we looked at partners of STD patients, we found the incidence was extremely high of HIV. Whole thing used to lead to tremendous stigmatization. People used to say, "ये तो काफी लोग हैं." And while I was doing masters in public health in Johns Hopkins, 1994, one idea which we because most often all of you must be thinking research is about finding some, and then finally we shifted to the newer regimens that we talked of. But the entire program could be established within, if I recall correctly, 1999 to 2002. That gave a best satisfaction. The reason was very simple. All policymakers were interested in ensuring, earlier it was only married monogamous women that was sympathized by the whole policymakers. When we shifted the gear, when we said pregnant women, suddenly children and pregnant women became an important issue. There was a complete support. Please remember at that time our health expenditures used to be very low. We would never pick up money so easily for management of diseases, but prevention of mother-to-child transmission became a program. And strategically, that was most important program for another reason, that when this started, we could now push that these women should not get infection, and that is only possible if we treat the husbands. And free ART program, free antiretroviral therapy program, which is, if you ask us, at that time, we never thought government will accept, because there was no program that used to be used to manage patients throughout. their lives, because it used to be very costly. But it could happen in HIV. The sole reason, and if you ask me, I would say that small credit has to be given to HIV programming. That today you have non-communicable diseases program that has also come where treatment has to be given for lifetime. It would not have come unless it was for HIV. So HIV brought in all kinds of changes, and perhaps we take pride in the same fact that it is likely to be one of those chronic viral infections which will be controlled despite the fact, which will be eliminated by 2030, despite the fact that we don't have a vaccine. Please remember that the number of antiviral drugs that were discovered, now we are close to about 31 antivirals or antiretrovirals that we have in our armamentarium in a small period of time, which is incomparable with any other disease in such a short period of time. And it has become a chronic manageable illness as of now. So side effects can also be an important issue. Why am I telling all this? That if people decide, people get motivated, if their passion lies in doing things, you can make a huge difference. You have to look within towards your own passion and move ahead completely. You will find that failures are common. There will be people who will be competing with you. They would perhaps be jealous of your even small successes that you have. But one small thing which I would tell at your young age, never compete with people. Compete with yourself. Whatever you had done, are you doing better than what you have done yesterday? You should be happy with it. Never look around. People may earn money, people may do whatever. But if you want to make a difference, it's your life. You have to decide. You have to be focused. And for remaining focused, you need to be tubular towards your own goal rather than any other place also. And never think about any other thing. Since you brought out that I was expected to speak on pandemic preparedness, if that happens so easily in COVID, perhaps also not. But there were certain experiences that helped us a lot. I took over as head of epidemiology and communicable diseases sometime in January 2018. It is one of the biggest departments. You have 16 national institutes out of 25, which used to fall under my district. The first thing that happened was in the month of May. Nipah infection, a Nipah viral disease occurred in Kerala. And I was too new. I didn't know the dynamics, the funding agencies and things like that. So what I did was, when it occurred, the health secretary that side at Kerala, was Rajesh Sadanandan. He was a good friend of mine. So he said, please help me. Now please remember, Nipah has almost 90% mortality, case fatality rate. That means if 10 people get infected, 9 would die because of Nipah. Very easily transmissible. It had never occurred beyond West Bengal in India. Most often it used to occur in Bangladesh. But this time it occurred in Kerala. That was a scary thing, very scary thing. Even for testing, we require a facility which would be BSL 3 plus, BSL 3 or BSL 4. So because the fear used to be that if you touch wrong way, you will get infection and you are almost going to die because there is no treatment in 89% or 90% case fatality rate. When you have a high case fatality rate, the outbreaks tend to last for a very short period of time. It's like Ebola. No, Ebola cannot spread so easily across because it tends to kill an individual very quickly. And therefore, the opportunity to spread is reduced to the minimum. So what happened was, I had a daunting challenge to handle them. I started multi-pronged, comprehensive studies against Nipah to a tune that nobody in the world ever thought that India would perform in such a short period of time. The outbreak lasted for only about 2 weeks' time. And the research outputs that came within next 3 months of time astonished the world. When I was called to Geneva, they asked me, how did you do it? How much money did it cost? And why did you not ask for our support? No, all international agencies that you have heard today during COVID time, one word called SAP, WHO, NIH people. I said, I didn't know anybody. No, so I thought I will just go solo. No? I used all my infrastructure. They said, how much of money did you require? Ensure that your research questions are strong enough and good enough and easily translatable. We became number one in the world with Nepal, including we even strategized doing community mobilization, make community involve those people in teaching others, ensuring that they understand how to prevent this infection. It comes from bat. This is also a bat-related virus. Why did this become an important issue for us? Exactly after 1 year, because these are fruit bats. The fruit bats again come over the orchards, and generally the timing is mangoes period. In mango orchards, you will find that the bats would like to eat those mangoes. And they pass urine over it, or they will have half eaten that fruit and somebody else consumes and things happen. Exactly after 1 year, the last year in 2018 we lost about 23 people. 90% mortality and 23 people died. But we could manage to stop that. We had to establish not only testing laboratories in Mufassil areas, but also ensure that ICU management can be done without any healthcare worker getting infected because of it. Second thing that happened was next year, our community mobilization worked so well that this year, first case was reported, it was an engineering student, and then the entire outbreak was stopped. At that student only, the student could survive and nothing else happened in Kerala. So the world was amazed how we could actually move faster. Subsequently, it was Zika. Zika outbreak we stopped very quickly. When it occurred in Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh with appropriate questions which were easily translated. And then came COVID. After the experience with Nipah and Zika, there was one philosophy that I always harped in my mind. Infections don't respect geographic borders. So if we have to stop infections, you cannot stop by protecting your own country. You have to protect others as well. So I established a 10-country research platform. We started from Timor-Leste to Maldives, excepting Pakistan and China. All of them were part of this particular thing. But beyond 2 or 3 meetings, we couldn't proceed forward because COVID came. What did COVID teach us in terms of pandemic preparedness. Were we prepared? No. We understood principles of spread of these infectious diseases. We tried to cope up with whatever strategies we had in our mind at that juncture. There are many who feel we went for lockdown, perhaps it could have been avoided. Absolutely not. Perhaps people are not aware that we didn't have masks, we didn't have disinfectants, we didn't have PPEs, we did not have APIs. I don't know whether it's active pharmaceutical ingredients. No? Though India is the largest, India is considered as global pharmacy for the world, but the reality of life is the powders of these medicines or key starting materials, you learn in pharmacology, a term called as KSM. So these come from China. You can't compete with China, and China had shut down. What would it entail? It would have been if we didn't go for a lockdown, if we didn't try to let this infection be controlled through these severe measures. Even for fever, you would not have got paracetamol, because China had already went on lockdown mode. The result is from their APIs were not coming. Nothing was coming from that side. So there was no other alternative but to stop, go for lockdown, ensure that our industries are promoted to produce everything that is possible. And now, if you actually look at within 8 months period, we not only were becoming self-reliant, but we started exporting the same materials outside. One of the issues that we must always remember, if I want to be prepared for a pandemic, what do I need? I need a good surveillance system. Do we have a surveillance system which is strong? It is strong for human beings. By what do I mean by human beings? You will find that there is a program which is called as IDSP, Integrated Disease Surveillance Program, which extends all over the country, but it doesn't have so much of manpower. It tends to rely on the state to provide the data, which is a big weakness per se. In order to support this IDSP, our programs used to be far more mature because we had a network of almost 115 virus research diagnostic labs which used to support them and diagnose anything that could come across at that time. But these structures tend to become weak because these zoonotic diseases come from animals. Do we have a good environmental surveillance? Perhaps not. Environmental surveillance, the veterinary surveillance, the human surveillance, they tend to occur in silos. So one of the things which we have to do for pandemic preparedness is to try and ensure that the newer concept of One Health surveillance is implemented across. And there are current strategies that are going on where One Health surveillance would be made stronger in the country. Part of the experiment we had done in Kerala after Nipah. In Kerala, we had established surveillance among pigs, surveillance among different kinds of animals in order to support the data that could perhaps be used for detecting diseases early and then move around to prevent them. Second thing that is also important to my mind is we need today IDSP. What it does is it relies on medical professionals to tell that there is a mysterious death that has occurred. But what is it that we actually require? Deaths to be reported by professionals is a different and small story. But any death, mysterious death that occurs in a village should perhaps be one of the special goals by mobilizing the community. You should have a peer who could perhaps pick up the phone and tell that in my village so and so person has died, we don't understand why he has died. They have adequate understanding of how people die and why people die. If we use these lay personnel, for surveillance, that will make a huge difference. Second thing which is also important, which was a feature which all of you have seen, that at that time we had both the choices, whether to go for drug discovery research or vaccine related research. Honestly speaking, I never thought vaccine will work. Because vaccine related research used to take very long period of time to establish. But we had no choices. As ICMR, we had to ensure that all areas of work are activated in a strong way. So what did we choose? We first chose Covaxin. Once we isolated the virus, we shared it with Bharat Biotech because we did not have new technologies which are required for developing vaccines. Bharat Biotech was a big player in inactivated virus-related vaccines. So we went ahead with that. In order to ensure that our access to newer technology improved, we went to the Oxford group, the AstraZeneca group, which was subsequently known as AstraZeneca because they took over. And we asked them, India would like to participate because we never thought they will give us any kind of technology so easily. So we said India would like to participate in the trial with the hope that if we do that, we will say during MOU that you will have to ensure that vaccines are made available in the country and they would perhaps do it. So fortunately for us, Oxford University was actually looking for manufacturing sites. And they said, if you bring in Serum as a partner, which is the largest manufacturer in the world, we would like to collaborate with you. And that's how Covishield came out. Otherwise, it would not have come. What is the lesson for pandemic preparedness tomorrow? For pandemic preparedness, you suddenly find, if you read COVID vaccines, they are based over all newer vaccine platforms. Do we have those newer vaccine platforms? Perhaps not at that time, but one step which Government of India has taken already with the research organizations. Now you name any kind of a vaccine development platform, rapid vaccine development platform, all those are available today in India. What will happen? You have to just isolate that organism, take that organism towards translational research to develop vaccine. You will perhaps develop it in the quickest period that you can imagine. But that has happened as a part of pandemic preparedness. When it comes to drugs, do we have rapid drug development platforms? They are coming up now. Are we advanced today? Perhaps not. What kind of advancement will be required? You will have to use artificial intelligence-based methods to try and look at those structures with bioinformatics in your mind. Look at the structure of the virus, structure of that organism, and try to predict using AI which drug is likely to work as a compound if it is a repurposed molecule, something which we had used earlier for some other disease. It would be the best thing to happen because then you don't need to conduct phase 1, 2 trials per se, but straight away go to the efficacy trials because side effects are known. Or, we will have to ensure that basic research on development of antivirals and antibiotics is improved to a larger extent. But these exercises have also been done to a larger extent. What is it that perhaps we need to think about? Because at that time, if you recall, one of the biggest scares that we had was how will people react. one of the things which I knew from my HIV background, that though we worked for more than 3 decades, the ignorance levels about preventive methods or about preventing HIV infection or management of HIV infection, they continue to remain in a significant proportion. It could be about 20% people may not be still aware. But then you are talking of a new disease, and a huge panic can be generated if the social media reacts in a wrong way, the way you saw in COVID. What is most important is our lessons that we had in controlling or ensuring that people don't overreact to the situation need to be theoretically brought as principles of behavior change communication. And why do I think that is important? Because there are no theoretical models that tend to exist. At least they were not existent at the time when we were communicating with people. And India, for that matter, has been lucky that our people did not overreact and create major problems for governance. So, community mobilization related models are extremely important to be developed and which we will have to. One of the things that we missed out in the whole process is people were receptive during that period to health related messages. But have we capitalized on that? Perhaps not. We need to go ahead and try to sensitize people on different infectious diseases quickly enough if we have to make a difference. When it comes to pandemic preparedness, what else would you require? You will require access to BSL-3 and BSL-4 labs. What is BSL? It is biosafety labs. At each level, the level to prevent acquisition of protection. For BSL-4, we have only 2 labs today in the country. One is in Pune and the second one is in Bhopal. Bhopal one is for animals, Pune is for human beings. But BSL-3 labs have to increase. We had a larger problem at that center, and you can't build BSL-3 labs overnight. But during Nipah, we had learned one thing. These infections tend to occur in remote rural areas. So if I want to actually test them, I have to ensure that my labs reach those rural areas. So what we did was we went ahead to order for 2 mobile BSL-3 labs. And today in the country, there are 4 different BSL-3 labs which are stationed where people could take them wherever they want and diagnose that infection. Unless you diagnose, you cannot move ahead for any other intervention per se. So BSL-3 labs, their numbers are increasing, the regional research centers are also increasing. So essentially, what does this mean? COVID lessons have been translated to a larger extent for preparing people, preparing the systems for handling any outbreak that tends to emerge. But all this can only happen if there are people who are motivated enough to enter in this particular area, do all kinds of research, which is required. Choose your own area, whichever area which you think is in your passion. And why should you do that? Please remember, you may decide to do practice, earn huge amount of money, but people will forget over a period of time. Once you are gone, nobody will remember you. But if you are in the research, you will find the journals will have articles which you can read where your name would also become important. And it's something which almost immortalizes an individual with their own contribution. Because they are not erased as memories per se. Second thing which you have to remember, if you don't understand research, you will never be able to read treatment guidelines or prevention related guidelines. You will perhaps be blind to understanding whether these are actually good guidelines per se. Why do I say that? What most of the people will do then, whatever they can actually read from a good journal, they think that is the best thing. If it comes in Lancet, if WHO says that you think this is the best thing to happen, I must follow it. But that's not true. It is not necessary that what you read is a quality finding per se. But if you want to understand how to read a paper, you need to understand research, the research methodology, as to what should ideally have been done. And this is your opportunity to make a difference. Today is an era, if you are trying to emulate the West, you look at what is happening in US. In US, majority of the young students who enter medical colleges, they also like to do what is called as physician scientist program. Because then you become both. You have your own lab, you practice also. There the culture is to develop yourself as a face of that particular area so that people world over will respect you. Why am I telling you all this? You are young to aspire, young to dream big, do your own homework. Research is not only about finding something which is exotic, new disease or exotic new treatment, but research is about identifying the problem and how to overcome that problem. The strategies may also not be very novel, all the time. Because if the strategies have to be considered, there is one aspect which you should keep in your mind. There are so many diseases, whether it is TB. Is TB not manageable, controllable? Yes, it is. But are we able to control it? We are not. No, because you need to focus more on implementation science research as to why this is not happening, despite the fact that everything is there. No, so research has different components. You should try to think about small things that you can do to contribute. India is too big a country. India has too many diseases. It actually requires all of your contribution, whether you are in public sector or private sector. Please remember, it doesn't require huge lab setup as you would imagine all the time. Dr. Bhaviskar is perhaps the best example. He is a world leader in the snake bite, scorpion bite area. And where did he work? He worked at Mahad in his own private clinic per se. So it requires only good six senses, passion, and a willingness to make a difference in people's life so that you feel satisfied at the end of the day. I'm sure Zenith 2023 will stimulate your minds to undertake all kinds of research that you perhaps would have in your own minds at this juncture, and pursue it as a passion to make difference tomorrow. We all need you because you are the future of the country. What we could do, we try to do. We were successful to some extent, but the failures were too often and too common. Let's hope this conference will ensure that your resolve to make difference is strengthened and you will contribute to the welfare of the nation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gamakekar, sir, for this enlightening session. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to the dignitaries for their presence and their time. Padma Shri Dr. Ramandana Kedkar sir, Padma Shri Dr. Ravindra Kole sir, and Dr. Smita Kole ma'am, who we are waiting with bated breath to hear from later today. Honorable Additional Commissioner 1, Mr. Sandeep Mali sir, Honorable Deputy Municipal Commissioner, Department of Health, Mr. Umesh Bidari sir, Vice Dean PG of Rajiv Gandhi Medical College and Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Hospital, Thane, and Professor, Head of Department, Dr. Saileshwar Natarajan sir, former Dean of RGNC CSNH, Dr. B.S. Jadhav sir, MD DGO BGY and President of IMA Thane, Dr. Mahesh Joshi sir, MSPND, Dr. Rahul Kulkarni sir. I thank you all for gracing the stage and making the inauguration of Zenith a truly memorable one. We will now be commencing with the debate semi-finals, and I call the anchors on stage. Thank you so much.
थोड़ा टेबल और थोड़ा स्टैंड कर दो। हाँ हाँ थोड़ा सा और स्टैंड कर दो। दूसरा वाला मुझे बोल देना कि बोल। हाँ हाँ बोल।
परफेक्ट नहीं है वो
नहीं,
कितना दूर है वो। जेड के बहुत ज़्यादा पास है वो काफ़ी दूर है लोगों बीच में है। परफेक्ट बोल के कर रही हूँ पॉज करके
Brace yourselves for an exhilarating experience as we gear up to immerse ourselves in this thrilling showdown of the semi-finals of Arkham the Debate. A captivating event awaits, where you witness an extraordinary showcase of intellect and a dynamic clash of perspectives.
I would like to begin by introducing the esteemed panel of judges for today's competition. We are privileged to have the honorable presence of Dr. Amol Khale sir. Sir is a renowned physician specializing in otorhinolaryngology. He is the associate professor in the Department of ENT in Rajiv Gandhi Medical College and Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Hospital. With his immense knowledge and efficient clinical skills, he is an irreplaceable asset to our hospital, both as a professor and as a skilled surgeon. Thank you, sir, for joining us today.
Our second judge of the day is Dr. Milind sir, who is a proficient physician with an unparalleled expertise in clinical microbiology. He is the professor and head of department in microbiology in RGMC. He is well known for his serious efforts in making topics easier to comprehend for the students, making him a favorite among them. His knowledge in microbiology diagnostics and skills in crisis management have proved to be extremely vital during the COVID pandemic era. Thank you, sir, for joining us today.
Present before us today are 4 teams comprising exceptional students, each meticulously chosen through a rigorous selection process. They have come together to engage in a thought-provoking debate. Anticipation runs high as we await the insightful arguments they will present, both in favor of and against this intriguing subject.
Before we start, let me read out the instructions for the debate competition. The identity of the college should not be revealed at any point during the competition. Members of the team should maintain formal code. Profanity is strictly prohibited and shall result in immediate disqualification of the team. The teams must restrict themselves to the time limit allotted to each round. The decisions of the judges will be final and must be respected.
The format for the semi-final round is as follows. First round will be the round of constructive speeches. The round shall begin with a constructive speech by the first speaker of the proposition team, who will speak for a maximum duration of 2 minutes. This shall be followed immediately by a constructive speech by the first speaker of the opposition team, who can speak for a maximum duration of 2 minutes.
The second round will be the round of rebuttal. After the constructive speeches end, there shall be a short recess of 2 minutes duration for the teams to prepare the rebuttal rounds. Rebuttal rounds shall be held for a period of 6 minutes. The proposition team will get a period of 3 minutes to ask questions to the opposition team who has to defend their argument. The opposition team will then get a period of 3 minutes to ask questions to the proposition team who has to defend their argument.
Third round will be the round of question and answers. Each team will be asked questions separately by the judges. 5 minutes have been allotted for this round for each team.
The fourth and the last round will be a round of conclusions. Each team shall be given a maximum time of 1 minute for the second speaker to sum up and conclude the arguments for their side without adding any new points.
So let me call on stage the proposition team, that is team 1, and opposition team, team 3, who will be debating on the topic while treating adolescents, their wishes should supersede those of their parents or guardians. Please put your hands together and give them a huge round of applause. We will now commence with the first round, that is the round of constructive speeches. I'd like to request the first speaker of the proposition team to begin with the constructive speech.
Hello. Are we good to do?
हेलो
बॉक्स लेके आना पड़ता है मर रहा है ना अभी कट कर दे क्या ना
नहीं अंदर
जाना
of months with the power to shape their destinies. Healthcare providers often deny decision-making autonomy in their own youth, contribute to a biased paternalistic healthcare model. Parents exploit this to reinforce authority over their bewildered children, further endorsed by physicians who doubt patient competence. This discourse must shift from absolutes to acknowledging nuances. The lack of a legal framework like the MTP Act has marginalized adolescent health for decades. To enable their transition from uninformed young adults to empowered individuals, intersectoral cooperation between medical legal and financial frameworks is imperative. Trust from parents, healthcare professionals, and the nation is pivotal. Today's adolescents herald tomorrow's future. Thank you.
I'd now like to request the first speaker of the opposition team to present their views via constructive speech.
Greetings. Today we stand before you to advocate against the notion that while treating adolescents, their wishes should supersede those of their parents. While the sentiment behind the statement may seem empathetic, it is essential to carefully consider the potential consequences and complexities that lie beneath the surface. Adolescence is characterized by a delicate balance between burgeoning autonomy and the need for parental guidance. The complete supremacy of their wishes over those of their parents might lead to some unforeseen challenges. Firstly, we must acknowledge that the concept of maturity is not universal. Adolescents, although capable of insightful perspectives, may lack the life experience and long-term vision that parents possess. Allowing adolescents to unilaterally override their parents' judgment might expose them to risks they are ill-equipped to foresee. Furthermore, the potential for impulsive decision-making during adolescence cannot be ignored. Adolescents, due to their developing cognitive state, may be more susceptible to making choices driven by momentary emotions rather than rational deliberation. Prioritizing their wishes over parental guidance might lead to regrettable outcomes that could have been avoided with a more balanced approach. Moreover, family dynamics play a crucial role in shaping an adolescent's well-being. Disregarding the parent's output can disrupt the delicate fabric of family relationship. The bonds between parents and their children are often rooted in love, concern, and a genuine desire to see them thrive. Stripping parents of their authoritative role might diminish their ability to provide essential guidance and support. In conclusion, while granting adolescents a significant say in their treatment is crucial, the notion that their wishes should be unconditionally outweighed to that of their parents is a stance that requires careful deliberation. The complexities of adolescence development, potential impulsivity, and the importance of maintaining healthy family dynamics all point towards the necessity of a balanced approach. By upholding the insights of their parents alongside the autonomy of the adolescents, we can better navigate the path towards a holistic well-being of our future generation. Thank you.
Both the teams will be given a short recess of 2 minutes to prepare for the rebuttal.
कितना?
अब से तो बोलने लगी थी मैं तो दिखी ही नहीं। देखो कितने बार उसको अरे बता दे इसका मतलब क्या कराची मतलब हमें करना है मुझे दिख नहीं रहा है इसका कर देखो कराची भी क्या हमें काम करना है qualitating adolescent should those of their
We shall now move to the rebuttal round. Team 1, you can start with the questions. How do you account for the family dynamics that you spoke of, leading to an absolute less number of sexual assault and human rights violation cases being reported legally, considering that most of the sexual violence cases by an overwhelming majority are in the family, and it's these very family dynamics that perpetuate the human rights violations that we talked about in our speech?
To answer your question, first of all, I would like to address the fact that whenever there is a sexual assault happening, okay, and if you're saying that adolescent should be given full autonomy to take a decision regarding what further treatment should be given or what further outcome should be decided for him or her, don't you think that like if we give them full autonomy, they would become rebellious and choose like whatever suits them in that particular point of time, rather than let me complete my question, rather than taking guidance from seeking help from their parents.
In that same tone, so you spoke about sexual violence within the family itself. So I don't think so, which the points you were mentioning would be of a small nuclear family. Majority of it, the cases reported are of relatives and not the immediate family close to them. So I don't think so there is any parent which would think ill of their own child in such a way that they would want them not to do. They would do such a great thing to them. And I would want to tell you that there should be open communication between the adolescent and the parent, which will benefit such reporting of such cases.
I want to further continue, and this would, I think, further, if the child is given the full right to decide for himself, it would further decrease the number of reported cases, because then it will take like outcomes such as MTP for themselves and like further decrease the. If you didn't understand,
we want to ask some questions. You spoke about basically the maturity being a factor in taking into account the adolescent autonomy, right? We have established that maturity is not absolute. There are adults who are not able to make decisions for themselves, and there are adolescents who are competent enough to make decisions for themselves. In fact, this is addressed in the Indian legal framework. There is a child assent form which is considered, because the child's assent is extremely important while undertaking basically medical procedures. So, would we rather go against this kind of framework, which also takes into account their autonomy, and rather give parents the full authority over their children?
Our stance is not that we shouldn't consider the adolescent's opinion. We are saying that we should consider their choices as well. But what the debate here is that they are also should supersede their parents.
I'm sure you will agree that in our speech we have mentioned that we want every case to be taken as within the grey areas. We do not want it to be looked at as an absolute black or white. Further, we want to talk about the parents' biases that they have developed because of this existing healthcare system. So how do you account for that?
We value personal growth and responsibility. Our stance doesn't disregard autonomy. Rather, it emphasizes our balanced approach. We believe that personal growth can be nurtured by involving parents in discussion.
Thank you, teams. You will proceed with the questions.
Okay. So my first question: in a scenario where adolescents' autonomy overrides parental input, how do we prevent situations where adolescents might take decisions purely to rebel against their parents without fully understanding the consequences of that decision?
I believe that the answer to addressing that problem is not completely making it illegal for adolescents to retain their autonomy, but rather by counseling the adolescents during the medical procedure. In addition,
if we may answer, we are referring to the WHO toolkit for tackling adolescent health when we say that there should be an integrative child support along with counseling both the parents and the children rather than disregarding their entire decision-making capacity, as has been done repeatedly in the healthcare system.
I think we should talk on practical grounds here. Do you think that counseling each and every child in India, like India, where there is like so much of patient load, is possible?
Even if it is not possible, we have to maintain that ground, because if we make it so that parents' authority overrides the wishes of the child, then we create a very dangerous system in which child can be abused.
And also, we are saying that we want for us to build systems such that this ideal is gotten into practice. The answer to it is not allowing for parental authority to supersede that of the adolescents. It is to help be constructive, and I'm sure you'll agree with this.
Okay, next question for you. If autonomy is paramount, how do we address situations where an adolescent wishes harm themselves or others, and when does society's duty to protect come into play?
As we mentioned in our speech, we believe that rather than legal frameworks or guidelines deciding the patient's competence, it should be child psychiatrists and experts in child care that are making these decisions.
Then why are they in the legislature? I would like to use the example of
That we want for systems to be built to enable us to have.
But then at the end, you're saying that the adolescents' wishes should be superseded, like their wishes should supersede of the parent.
Yeah, so the point is the adolescents should have the power to make decisions for
But do you think they should supersede?
Yes, absolutely. Because if you see the statistics, vast majority of the adolescents are in favor of vaccines, but the parents are not.
Also, let's have one more thing. Let's take that an adolescent just a few months ago has had no very radical change in their decision-making capabilities, but by the legal framework they are being given full authority once they transfer from a so-called minor to a major. How do you account for the grey zones that are very imminent and prevalent in this decision?
That is why we mentioned in our speech that the autonomy of the patient is the adolescent should be heard, and we are not telling to disregard listening to the patient. We need to listen to the patient.
Thank you for supporting our point.
And we want to actively listen to and not make them feel unheard. At the same time, we need to take the correct decisions which will be in the best direction by the doctor and the
Thank you, teams. Now we will move on to the question and answer round, for which I would like to request the judges to ask the questions to the proposition team first.
I should congratulate you for a wonderful presentation, both the teams. Recently, I had an opportunity to watch that movie Oppenheimer. So there was a very dialogue which really appealed to me. Genius is not a guarantee of wisdom. I would extend that analogy and say that knowledge is not a guarantee of wisdom. So I have certain reservations, especially with so much of knowledge overburden coming through so many sources. And unfortunately, nothing can be verified to be standardized. So much of, I'll not take recourse to WhatsApp University, but there are sources. So there has to be a definite, a sagacity or pragmatism of the whole approach. So how do you intend to address that? Because I too am for this point, what you are in favor of, but then I need your take on that, point number one. And point number two, unfortunately or fortunately, we are a very traditional society even today. So when it comes to tradition versus granting freedom to the children or this knowledge background, how do you intend to address that? Thank you.
Thank you for your question, sir. To answer both your points in an answer, we believe that the World Health Organization has issued us very recently a set of directives regarding adolescent healthcare just 2 years ago, in which it has mentioned that we do not wish to disregard parents or fully favor adolescents in the sense that we do it without reminding them of the responsibility they owe not only to their bodies but also to their families. We want to integrate, we want to have both children, that is adolescents, as well as their parents involved in the decision making, which should be done through adequate counseling. Because it's very, very common that in this traditional family dynamic, parents who have grown up with the same biases and have grown up thinking that one day they will be adults where they get to impose their absolute authority, are again perpetuating a paternalistic model of healthcare. And healthcare doesn't just change with us doctors, it changes even with the stakeholders who are the patients. And my partner would like to add further.
So as we address the problem of misinformation that is very prevalent in today's day and age, usually we actually see that adolescents are more tech savvy, they are better able to verify the information sources compared to adults, especially the age group of more than 40 to 60 years old who are technologically challenged. So I believe that adolescents are more capable of making an informed decision from verified sources, in addition to counseling from the physicians themselves. And to address the second part of the question, sir, when you take into account traditional family values, we usually think of conservative rather than liberal ideas. And more often than not, unfortunately, they lead to repression of the child's rights. So I believe that when we give the adolescents the power to make their own decisions, they will break away from that chain and create their own decisions and take themselves. Thank you.
Yeah, one question for Paul. Don't you think that the experience and wisdoms of parents, it is more important in decision making? Experience, especially experience.
While we do take into regard that our parents have seen life for more years than us, we also have to take into regard that that has led them to develop biases, and those may or may not stand true with the ever-evolving rapid times of which we are a part. So if we encourage for parents to be more considering of the fact that what's true for them, say a few decades true for us, we may go to adults wherein they are suddenly given absolute authority and responsibility rather than it stemming gradually from their adolescence when they are semi-autonomous individuals.
So may I add to that? So as we know that of course parents have more experience, but regarding healthcare itself, there is very limited exposure in non-medical families. So if, for example, a daughter unfortunately goes through a teenage pregnancy, it might be possible that the mother has no idea what pregnancy feels like at the age of 15 rather than 20 or 30 years old. So such new experiences are new both for the parents and the adolescents. And in that situation, unfortunately, biases take more precedence than the actual information available.
You talked about family dynamics. Unfortunately, I was not able to follow it. Can you just illustrate it?
Sir, our point here was that like the dynamics between the child and his family are different for different families. There are families which have a poor relationship between their child and their parent, and there are families which have a good relationship. What we mean is here that if the parents aren't allowed or they aren't given this opportunity of superseding the decision-making process, that would hamper their relation and that would further make the child more rebellious while taking further decisions in life.
This cannot be applied empirically to all. There could be differences in the families. How do you make that distinction?
So I guess no parent would think ill of their own child. So even if the family is nuclear family, joint family, or a divorced family, so I don't think any parent would wish for the ill of their own child. So that is why we feel that parents' wishes, even though if they are separated, would only be for the benefit of their child.
But how do you, in a case situation where, dominating parents are there, means how will they handle it? Means a parent can misguide also, because he will have a certain set of ideas and a dominating nature. So will there not harm to the adolescent?
Thank you for your question, sir. Sir, I feel here comes the role of the healthcare provider at stake, because the healthcare provider is he has the obligation to provide all the necessary information both to the adolescents and to the parents. So we are into the proposition that they both should decide for themselves, but there should be the complete autonomy of the there should be a superseding autonomy of the adolescent, because adolescents during the age group, as they said, they consider adolescents as miniature adults, but that's not the case. Adolescents have a different physiology and a different mindset. They are more impulsive in decision-making capacity, and they more see towards short-term consequences, not the long-term consequences, which adults know better about. So
I also like to ask that say the ratio of impulsive decision made by adults is far less than that made by adolescents.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, judges.
We have now reached the last and final round of this debate, the round of conclusions, for which I'd like to call upon the second speaker of the proposition team to present the concluding arguments. Can we go? Yeah. Adolescence, a pivotal period of growth, paradoxically grants minimal authority while imposing significant responsibility. This has led to great human rights violations, oftentimes at the hands of the parents or the legal guardians, including practices like hymen stitching, post-child marriages, and sexual abuse. As adolescents gain knowledge and experience, their caregivers' roles have to evolve from directive to advisory. Counseling about their condition empowers adolescents to make informed choices akin to adults. The discourse must shift from absolutes, black and whites, to acknowledging nuances or grey areas. The lack of a legal framework has marginalized adolescents' health for decades, and it's time to involve intersectoral collaboration between medical, legal, and financial frameworks. Trust from parents, healthcare professionals, and the nation is pivotal to burgeon the adolescents of tomorrow becoming authoritative adults taking empowering decisions not only for their own interests but also for the nation. Thank you, Team 1. Now I'd like to call upon the second speaker of the opposition team to present their concluding arguments.
In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, summing up our stance against the topic, here are the crucial points. First, adolescent development. Adolescents are still growing and their decision-making ability might not be fully developed. 2. Balancing autonomy. While autonomy matters, parental insight is vital for sound medical decisions due to their experience. 3. Complex medical information. Medical choices are complex and adolescents may not grasp all of implications. 4. Conflicts of best interests. Preferences can clash with what is best for their health. 5th. Vulnerable adolescents. Some are more susceptible to pressure and require careful guidance. In summary, adolescents' wishes, while important, must be weighed alongside their well-being and parental wisdom. This balanced approach safeguards their health and future. Thank you.
Thank you, Team 1 and Team 3. That was wonderful. Both the teams performed really well. We now request you to take the seats. We have a round of applause for both the teams.
for the next two teams, Team 2 for the proposition team and Team 4 as the opposition team. Team 4, the opposition, please report to the stage.
अभी इवेंट का लाइव लाइव वीडियो चल रहा है मेरे मोबाइल में लाइव वीडियो चल रहा है इवेंट का का ऑडियंस चला है वो हो रहा है लाइव
in order to cover the vast syllabus within the time constraints. However, this inadequate nutrient supply may hamper the growth of the undergrads. As a boom in the today's world, students have unlimited access to different books and variety of audiovisual media on every aspect of medicine. Thus, there are no constraints on the amount of knowledge an individual can inculcate without or with help of faculty. However, most of the students lose their valuable time in commuting to fulfill the required attendance, knowing that the lectures are not effective for them. Each student is special with different study habits, concentration span, etc. With different online platforms available for the students, they can learn different things at their own pace and comfort. Also, the undergraduates learn most of the clinical skills by observation during their hospital visits and clinical postings. Clinical skills eventually develop with more practice and exposure, again an aspect faculties can't help much. The inclusion of self-directed learning in the current curriculum also advocates the need of physicians to be self-directed learners in the ever-changing world of medicine, thereby lessening the need of faculties. As there is no spoon-feeding from the faculties, most of the students tend to be intrinsically involved, motivated. They set up their own goals, they tend to access their achievements and failures and tend to improve them. This makes them a lifelong learner, one of the important qualities of a medical professional. Thus, the role of medical faculty in colleges is no longer crucial in education of medical undergraduates. Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to request the first speaker of the opposition team to present their views via a constructive speech.
गुरु गोविंद दो खड़े काके लागू पाए बलिहारी गुरु आपनो जिन गोविंद योग खाए. Teachers are indeed the most essential component of all education. In medical education, they can prove to be the facilitators between us and books. But you see, we humans are social beings. We also need medical faculty and professors to teach us what is beyond the books. We may read about the primordial triangle, but to understand it, we turn to our medical faculty. I was fortunate enough to learn all about the primordial triangle because of a very good professor in our college. He taught us all about the nerves and the blood vessels which cross over. During the pandemic, we strive to educate ourselves via online ways and self-study. Yet, we had no way of gaining any practical or clinical knowledge. Fortunately, we moved past those studies. If it weren't for my anatomy professors, I wouldn't have enjoyed dissecting muscles apart in the first year.
are remaining completely clueless, mistaking a bunch of fascia clumped together for a nerve. Now, allow me to advocate for our new CBME MBBS. Without the medical teaching staff, small group teachings, in-course sessions, and mentor-mentee programs would be redundant. Our relation with some of the professors transcends the textbooks and PowerPoints. They show us the right way to behave with patients, to handle their concerns, to comfort them, feel their empathy, and more importantly, knowing exactly where to draw the line so that we are not too emotionally invested. The best in business is the elites of the game make you fall in love with their subject. They prove to be decisive and influential in our choice of subject for PG. They help us overcome our barriers, be it academic or psychological. Simply their presence can be calming and reassuring. Being able to talk to them, be their mentee, helps move past the imaginary limitations of the under pressure medical. Without our teachers in medical college, I wouldn't be standing in front of an equally competent panel of medicals and a daunting panel of judges. Hence, it is my turn as reading a book with my eyes shut. Thank you.
Both the teams will now be given a short recess for 2 minutes to prepare for the rebuttal round. We shall now begin with the rebuttal round. Team 2, you can proceed with your questions.
So my first question would be, you said that faculties help you to develop like an overall aspect. So there are some people who are not able to attend school or college or any condition. So what about them? Are they not able to grow? Won't they develop like personality wise?
Thank you for your question. First, let me congratulate you on this speech. You spoke really well. I think most of the medical colleges across India have prerequisites of attendance, minimum 75%. So, if you're not attending enough college hours or college lectures, then you're not qualified to go to the next academic year. Isn't that correct? So, the idea that people are not learning is kind of involved in setting the rules for attendance. So, it's so that they come to college, they can actually learn more. And that answers your question.
From what you said now, they attend college to maintain the attendance criteria. They are not interested in attending lectures as of that. So the main criteria should be attending lectures. Why you go to college? You're going to be attendance. Actually seek knowledge to help help you become a better doctor? Will the attendance help you become a doctor or the knowledge? So there are many online platforms and the books are also very illustrative with the diagrams and all. So there are apps related to 3D anatomy and stuff which can make the concepts more clearer to the student. Also the students can learn at their own pace and at their own comfort of the house. So like that is more, sometimes it proves to be more beneficial for the student rather than just sitting in the classroom and learning passively.
Alright, so can we move past anatomy and talk about back surgery? Because I'm a second year student currently, and I was recently learning surgical history from my staff. And I understood that maybe it makes more sense for me to actually attend college and interact with professors, see how they conduct history taking in front of patients to actually understand how it is applied in real life. You may read about it and you may understand it, but to actually apply it, you need to be in college with the medical faculty to understand, or for them to lead by example.
So for that, also there are videos for the surgeries and all, and we are saying that the faculties are not very crucial. Like they are important to a certain extent. Like they are important for clinical supervision and stuff. But the actual observation, clinical skills and all are learned by the students' inquisitiveness. Like the student has to be more keen towards learning it. The faculties are not like very crucial for that. They just act as supervisors. I think the most important thing is the faculty. The faculty forms your basis for learning. You can supplement that with videos and whatever extra YouTube material or your 3D anatomy, but going there, seeing the cadaver, taking the opinions of your teachers is the most important thing in medicine.
Can you please speak more to start with the questions?
Alright, so if you consider faculty no longer crucial at medical colleges, then I imply that medical colleges are very little ROI, return on investments. So what do you get in college for? I mean, you just speak about learning clinical skills via trial and error, so I imply that you use a clinical so we can try again and again to perfect our skills.
I didn't say that we'll learn by trial and error. I first said that we'll learn by observation. So we'll observe. Like I'm not saying that we don't need faculties, but in a hospital or medical institution, there are doctors. They perform. They supervise. They diagnose the patient. So we can observe them by performing and learn from them.
I'm actually supporting our point basically because I'm Dr. Medical Faculty.
Oh no, like for if you go, like I can't say exactly that we don't need them. But if they are performing and we look at them, then it will be see, for a faculty, there is no like one-to-one conversation. If I give you
question that there is one-to-one conversation between the faculty and the students. That's why we have clinical posting.
Yeah.
That's why we have multiple units in hospitals. Like
yeah,
any
exactly.
hospital or large hospital like your colleges, like Government Hospital or any other hospitals across Maharashtra, have multiple units. Multiple units of surgery, multiple units of medicine. That's so that they can split the students grow, for the residents, for the professors to teach. So there is one-on-one interaction between the students and the professors. So in that sense, our medical faculty will be crucial in involving in learning this medical skills outside that.
I would like to add to that, saying that when you spoke about the pace of the learning, we have the new CBLP MBBS curriculum for that. We have the small group discussions, the small group teachings. So for the people who are not up to the mark or who find it difficult to interpret a certain topic, you get that one-on-one from there itself. That is why these things have been introduced. So I would like to add this that in the self-directed learning, through small group discussion, the students' colleagues are also involved. So many times students learn through the interaction with their peers and through the colleagues. And whatever doubts the students have, they can be cleared through their colleagues, through interaction, and also depending on the students' interest, the students very well can ask the faculty as well as take help from online resources. Like afterwards, it depends on the students' inquisitiveness. And
wouldn't you challenge the students' knowledge at certain level? Because you certainly cannot challenge the professors' knowledge at any level because they are saying, you already have more knowledge. We cannot prove that the student has more knowledge in this. Secondly, the student may necessarily have more knowledge in the it cannot be proved apart from testing. But then again, that person could be wrong. So there's no sincere evidence that we found. Also, my second question I just have to ask.
so books are not always accurate, especially for LGBTQI sensitization. We have Dr. Ganga who spoke about LGBTQI and his own personal experience, correct? So to find really specific examples.
Thank you. The time is up. We'll now move on to the question and answer round, for which I'd like to request the judges to ask their questions to the proposition team first.
Hello, the question is for the for team. Don't you think that the student self motivation is required for the self-directed learning, and it's very difficult to keep student motivated. So our teacher's role is not important in that. The another question, what about the concepts? I will quickly read the question. What about concepts learning? The teachers are supposed to build up the concepts. So if you remove the teachers, you remove the lecturers, then how the concepts will be developed? What about mentoring? How the student will be mentored? It is not important that apart from the medical knowledge, other knowledge is also important. Okay.
Thank you for the question, sir.
Another question, sorry. What about these vernacular medium students, poor students? Are these teachers are not important for them?
Okay, so for the first question, sir, like, yes, in some aspect, faculties may play a part in developing the interest of the student, but it is not all faculties can develop the interest of a student or a particular subject. Everyone has their own interest and they maybe I like anatomy, she may like physiology. It may not depend on the faculty. It also depends on the subject and the interest of a person towards the subject. For your third question, I would like to answer it first. The students from poor or vernacular medium. So for them, I personally feel like faculties, and we learn from our personal experiences. We learn throughout our life. So there is no we can learn from any person. I can learn from her. I can also learn from a stranger who is walking on a road whom I don't know anything. So telling as phrasing that a faculty is always needed for someone to learn or for medical students to learn may not be true. I can just go in the dissection hall, I can look at the nerves, I can look at the muscles. In books also there is always mentioned, if we read Cunningham and all, there is mentioned like how to differentiate between nerves, vessels, everything. So we can do it with help of that also. Thank you.
Yeah, can I ask the question? Basically, she repeatedly alluded to CBAT, competency-based medical education. One of the most important aspects or crux of it is ADCOM, attitude, ethics, and communication. If you don't go to the wards, if you don't go to the clinics, everything the books are, I feel, short of telling. Because unless you interact with the patient in a real sense, I think that is something which is wanting. So how do you try to overcome that? One. Secondly, if you have been continuously talking, she talked about the femoral title and you could umbrage that, and you said that you can read from the book. Then what happens to the tactile sense? What happens to the haptics? I mean the tactile sense of it. Because technology still has not evolved where we are talking about tactile sense. So how do you do that? Because that is an important aspect according to me for developing and furnishing our clinical skills. Thank you.
So, sir, your first question was about the clinical skills. So, yes, sir, the clinical skills are learned through more of clinical exposure, the observation of the students, and also through practice. So, the faculty, and we are not saying that the faculties are not helpful, they are not very crucial. They help in the supervision, they will guide the students, but the students can also learn through their colleagues, through the seniors, and through themselves by observation, because every student has their own intrinsic motivation. And however excellent the faculty is, the students' desire at the end drives the students towards learning the concepts and also the clinical skills. We feel that more the student observes, more the student desires to learn, and more the student interacts, not only with the faculty, but with their own colleagues as well as the seniors. The students can take the necessary knowledge, and yes, the faculties are irreplaceable to a certain extent. And the second question about the femoral triangle. Actually, there are many 3D anatomy apps, as well as in the atlases, and all the information is very clearly given with the help of diagrams. And the dissection hall as well also provides a very nice platform for the student to learn. Even there, the faculties do not play a very major role. So they just act as certain guides or like catalysts maybe for the students. But all this together culminates towards the students' learning.
The question is for the audience. Don't you think that the attending the lecture is actually a wastage of time? And the teachers only, ask students to only to discipline well or behave well, and there is no actually gain of knowledge. This is first question. And as you realize when you are preparing for the exam, don't you think that key teachers many times has confused in fact? The books has explained very nicely, but then when you remember that lecture, अरे ये तो सर ने कुछ अलग ही सीखा है, ऐसा भी होता है. And then PowerPoint are becoming so boring and so monotonous, and many of the students actually sleep in the lectures. So why teachers are needed? Means why attendance is needed? I don't think. Means attendance is a troubling phenomenon for the students. And say about how one-to-one interaction, 100 student में I don't think this teacher one-to-one interaction कर रहा है. So there are many students which are they don't interact only, and even teachers don't bother to know. And another point you made is knowledge of the teacher is important for student learning. अगर knowledge है teachers को जो सिखाया नहीं तो कैसे, how it is important? Means how the good knowledge teacher अच्छा पढ़ा है, अच्छा learning कर रहा है, दे रहा है. It's not mandatory. You said somewhere knowledge is mandatory. Knowledge रहेगा तो अच्छा सिखाएगा.
Maybe for teachers, I mentioned that knowledge of the students amongst themselves. There could be misinformation that could have been imparted to the student. Maybe, may not be. It's not always the case. But if it is, and if that spreads, and misinformation is more dangerous than information. It's like half knowledge of something is more dangerous than having no knowledge of something. And also to answer your question about classroom lectures and attending, statistics speaking, there was a study conducted which asked students if they prefer classroom teaching or online. 87.1% preferred classroom teaching. So the point is not about attendance, it's about being there physically and interacting. And 12.9% prefer online. You can see the second question.
PPT has become very boring and the lectures are also monotonous. So, and the actually teacher confuses in the lectures. When you read the textbooks, so you feel that the teacher ने सिखाया बहुत confusing है, और book में बहुत अच्छे तरह लिखा है concept.
So this will actually only lead to you to any individual who's confused to revisit their own concepts. So isn't that kind of providing a re-revision of the students? So the professor or the teacher may have confused the student, but then the student will revisit the same thing again, the same concept again. And again, I'm sure most of us will write answers in our exams from the textbooks, not from what the lecturer has said. Statistics speaking now.
Can you repeat the third question?
The question was attendance is become a troublesome. I don't think वैसे भी attendance students तो सोते ही रहते हैं. So actually it is a troublesome thing.
I think this isn't a current problem as we think, because now the lecturers, as the time has evolved, the people have kept modified themselves. The teachers who were there 100 years ago, they have acclimatized themselves to the current environment for the students. Like before there were boring blackboard and chalk, and you can't see the chalk properly, and the duster wouldn't rub and things like that. Now we have PPTs, we have you have the smart pen, so you can write on it, you can figure it out, and the teachers can always be willing to help. But for the students, motivation is what is actually important. So teachers are always there for you no matter what. But you take that 1% so the teachers can put the 99%, right? It works like that.
Also, if I'm being at the point you mentioned earlier, I think it's somehow paradoxical that the excitement of joining a medical college isn't enough for you to stay at home and then study online. I mean, the idea that you're going to medical college in the first place, I mean, you're part of 1%.
I would rather say, let us not make it personal.
Oh, right, sir.
One last point. We're talking mainly about technology, but I think it's not only about advancement in technology or teaching learning methods, but it is also about teaching the conceptual, the conceptual children also has to be there. It cannot be didactic anymore, because what knowledge I have, the same knowledge you also can source from various sources. Like during our undergraduate days, we were only exposed to one textbook. Now we have multiple sources from which to gain knowledge. So my point is that to be crucial, it has to be something beyond that. It has to be a value for your time and for your commitment to attend the lectures. Thank you.
We have now reached the last and final round of this debate, the round of conclusions, for which I would like to call upon the second speaker of the proposition team to present their concluding arguments.
Thus, we would like to conclude that medical students are lifelong learners in this ever-changing world of medicine. Theoretical knowledge can be learned by students through various online platforms at their own pace and comfort. The students acquire practical knowledge through observation, clinical exposure, and practice. Self-directed learning in the current curriculum advocates physicians to be self-learners. The students are intrinsically motivated, set their own goals, learn from their own successes and failures, and improve on them. The education of the undergraduate solely depends on individuals' interest to learn new things and not how excellent the faculty is. Thus, we would like to conclude that with easy availability of various different materials, faculty doesn't play a crucial role in the education of medical undergraduates.
Thank you, team 2. The second speaker of the opposition team can start their concluding argument.
Ladies and gentlemen, teachers are the most important part of medical education and any education. Most of us have decided this shloka every morning. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara. Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guru Deva. Teachers are not only restricted to implementing a good education, rather they help us in the overall development, teaching us to keep calm under pressure and encouraging us to be confident, thus making us overall effective doctors, to make us prepare for a better front line. Now, AI education can never replace the emotional connection between the student and a teacher. It can only help to supplement bookish medical education, which is barely a third of being a good doctor. Now, during COVID, we did try out this online education system, but what we witnessed was a dramatic fall in practical understanding, an inability to concentrate by the students, and an increase in lethargy because of constantly gazing at the screen. Teachers are constantly evolving with new curriculum, they're bringing change the standardized way of teaching. Now, the world is evolving, right? The CPM has also transformed the game, as it took our faculty trained as medicals to be well informed and more in touch with the patient's reality. In conclusion, without doubt, teachers or faculty are without doubt crucial in imparting education in medical undergraduate students. Thank you.
Thank you, Team 2 and Team 4. That was a wonderful debate. I'm indeed happy to be able to witness such a great event. Please take your seats.
While the judges are tallying the scores, we would like to give you all a brief overview of one of our title sponsors of the Zenith event, Krishna Diagnostics.
शायद थक गए थे ना एक शो मारते हैं ना एक कपड़ा मारते हैं टीचर का फोन मारते हैं रॉक सर हरियाणवी में डायलॉग बुलवाएंगे अरे कुछ नहीं सर वो उसको आज का कुछ नहीं मेरा बोल के सर आज अभी मैंने प्रिपेयर नहीं किया है यार कल मैंने बोल के देखा था नहीं बोला जा रहा हरियाणवी में से मेरे खुद को हंसी आने लगी सर बोले हंस के नहीं बोला सीरियसली बोल अरे यार कोई तो चल क्योंकि सब यहाँ पर थोड़ा फैला देते हैं मेरे पास फर्स्ट वाली टीम में अपने दूसरे कॉलेज अपना भी अच्छा
I must express my absolute delight in the proceedings of today's competition. Every participant showcased commendable preparation and skillfully presented their arguments. However, as we proceed, it is essential to ascertain the two standout teams who will advance to the final round based on the assessments of our esteemed panel of judges. I kindly request our honorable judges to unveil the names of the two finalist teams.
So I am here to announce the result of semi-final one. I thoroughly enjoyed the debate and really it was really good. All participants, those who participated, really congratulate to them. For पे defend करना, against पे defend करना, and the way of presentation, way of elucidations, and all this, and the way of answering questions, all of semi-final one is T3. T3. Okay. And I will request sir to announce the same.
Good afternoon. Thank you for inviting me. It's indeed a great pleasure and honor to be here, basically because our own students and their presentation has been excellent in all ways. I need to justify a certain point and make a proper presentation, and really quite informative for me as well as quite entertaining. Now, I am personally given to watching a lot of reality shows. So there is a cliche statement always that जो हारे वो भी जीते हैं, but that's a fact. I mean, all of them have really performed well, and it was a really difficult task for us to seek the winners. I mean, unfortunately, we don't have access to the march being made displayed publicly, but it was a very what do I say, tough competition. I think both of us were nearly in unison, and then we have to finally make a formality of announcing the winner. So the winner for the second semi-final is team 4, the one who spoke against it. But having said that, I would like to congratulate all the participants for this debate. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's join together to give the victorious teams a round of applause. We extend our sincere gratitude to the judges. Thank you for joining us today.
With this, we come to the conclusion of the first half of the event. We will now be breaking for lunch. Those who are interested for coming back, please come back by 1:40. Thank you.
खाना तो खाना नहीं है.
All those willing to use that check for case presentation, kindly report to the stage.
बंद कर दो, लाइव चल रहा है. जो मिलेगा खाने. क्या
जीता 6,000.
हेलो
उनका 6,000 जीता है ना. इधर हाँ कितने महीने का आता है? चलना
एंड कर दिया अभी तो. अपन कहाँ से